Hello, all you beautiful souls, healers, highly sensitive people, and empaths. So today, what's really important about your immune system and helping control the fluid levels in your body and all of that is your lymph system. So today I'm going to talk about what it's for, how you can help it function better, and a little bit about its partner, the spleen. This is Anastasia. I used to be a physics professor specializing in vibrational and quantum physics. After recovering from a serious illness using energy healing on myself, the calling to heal became so strong that I had to quit my 40-year research career. I replaced my 6-figure professor salary within 5 months using a simple but not easy 3-step system that I worked out to grow my healing practice. Now I help other healers grow their practices, whether they're just starting or already have a practice, with this same 3-step system. I'm all about helping you too. Listen in to learn more. Thank you so much for coming back. And as I mentioned, today I'm going to talk about your lymphatic system. So one of the primary functions, so I'm going to just talk about what it's used for. One of the primary functions of your lymph system is to basically sweep your blood from all of the pathogens and foreign bodies and even metabolic waste, and then break it down and deliver it to your blood system, your circulatory system, so your kidneys and large intestine can carry it away. So one of the things that it does is it stores lymphocytes in the nodes. And have you ever gotten like a bug bite? I have a bug bite somewhere odd and then noticed a big lump next to it. That's your lymph node getting overwhelmed with the amount of poison. For example, I got bitten by a spider right here on the side of my neck and ended up with a big swollen lymph node. And that lymph node was working overtime to help carry the toxins away, break it down, and carry it out of my bloodstream and turn it into something harmless. So one of the things that's really super interesting about the lymph system is it doesn't have a normal pump. Like your circulatory system has a pump inside, your nervous system has the brain that operates it, right? But the lymph system is kind of passive. And in order for it to work, you need to stimulate it, right? And it works hand in hand with the spleen. So the spleen produces some of the lymphocytes and so on. And I'll talk a little bit more about the spleen. And your lymph nodes store them, right? So the way that your lymph system can work better is for you to move, right? So walking. Another thing that people do is rebounding. So they get on one of those mini trampolines and hop up and down. That's not my thing. I don't like how everything moves. It's very uncomfortable. It always has been. But I move a lot. So walking every day, stretching, yoga, anything like that will stimulate your lymph system. And barring that, you can do something called skin brushing, right? Just look it up, skin brushing. So you take a natural bristle brush, usually a round one or so, and you basically brush all of your limbs on the surface of the skin, and it helps move the fluid through your lymph system to help detox you, right? Because this is all about detoxing, and it's really important for your immune system to function properly without all of the toxins in it. And one of the other functions that you probably are already aware of is it helps regulate the fluid levels in your body, right? So if you have too much salt, for example, running through your bloodstream, it will retain a lot of fluid to help dilute the excess salt, and it goes for anything, even a toxin, right? So if you have too many toxins in your body, you'll bloat up to help your body dilute it. And if your lymph system isn't working properly, you'll end up bloated with something called edema, which is where all of your hands and feet swell and is highly uncomfortable. And so how do you keep your lymph system healthy, of course? So it's kind of logical that you don't eat a lot of toxins. Avoid smoking, avoid taking excess medication, anything that your doctor does not prescribe, and see if you can't figure out ways to get off of what you have by doing something natural. For example, I eat a lot of beets, and I also take beet extract because it helps boost the nitrogen levels in my body and it helps regulate my blood pressure. Right? My brother did the same thing. His blood pressure was uncontrollable, and as soon as he started taking enough eating enough beets and boosting his nitrogen levels, that helped. So there are other ways to help you without your medication or with less medication, for example, by finding a natural substitute. And eat whole nutrient-dense foods. Avoid processed foods as much as possible. For example, I just ate some fresh pineapple, a couple of organic eggs, and a handful of organic almonds for breakfast, and now I'm drinking an herbal tea. So this is an idea of what kind of whole foods you can have, right? And make sure they're nice and healthy. Get lots of produce. Later today, I'm going to fix myself a shake with spinach and zucchini and some blueberries and maybe a carrot thrown in, and a few other powdered supplements that help with really keeping the body fresh and strong and youthful, right? And that's what we want, right? And then also make sure you get berries, right? Berries that are high in antioxidants and other antioxidants. I use raw cacao powder. That also helps with the antioxidant level, and those antioxidants also keep away the age spots and other oxidation issues in your body. Making sure you get enough regular exercise, right? Even 15 to 20 minutes of walking. One of my clients says that she does water aerobics because it's uncomfortable to walk, right? So anything that you enjoy doing, swimming, walking, bicycling, any kind of movement, even some slow yoga, stretching, that will help stimulate the lymph system and keep it clear and functioning. Stress levels, right? So anytime you're stressed, everything tightens up and it's really hard, right? Your stress sends out cortisol and adrenaline and noradrenaline, and all your muscles, and including those around the vessels, including your blood vessels, will constrict and not work properly, and the stress is a problem. So one of the best ways for relieving stress that I have found, aside from exercise, is meditating, taking a 5 to 10 minute meditation break, doing some deep breaths, sitting calmly, try to think of nothing. And if you can't think of nothing, you can go to scientifichealer.com/wakeupbrain to pick up a short 10-minute audio that completely relaxes the body and does some energy hygiene for you as well. Staying hydrated, getting plenty of fluids, drinking lots of water. I recommend getting up in the morning first thing because your brain is actually pretty dehydrated, and drinking 2 big glasses of water. I do this every single morning, and it really helps get the brain functioning because I wake up kind of going into the kitchen, and it's quite a few feet from our bedroom to the kitchen because this house is very long. And I sort of kind of stumble into the kitchen and drink my water, and it feels way better. And then last, sleep. Sleep is essential for your body to repair itself and to do well. And I forgot to mention on stress, right? So on stress, the thing about stress, it can be anything to the body. It can be eating something that's toxic to you, or that you have an allergic reaction to, or even a stress reaction to. That could be, for example, gluten. It can be milk products. It can be something like coffee, or it can be sugar, right? These cause stress on the body. And so it doesn't have to be just that you're in a nervous state. It could be that anything that you're eating that's wrong. It also creates stress. Anything that disagrees with you, any emotion, grief, sadness, anger, jealousy, any kind of depression, or shame or guilt. Any of these low energy emotions are stressful to the body. They lower your frequency. The more your frequency goes down, the more into a stress state you become, because it starts firing your adrenal glands to help keep you going, right? And then last is get 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep. And if it's not good quality, then at least lay there in bed and get your rest, because laying down and breathing slowly helps the body repair itself. And I find sometimes sleep difficult, especially if I'm cutting down on my carbohydrates, any kind of starch or carbohydrate, sugar in fruit, and so on. That will cause me to lose my sleep, because for some reason your body needs less sleep, or it doesn't get sleepy in that situation, right? So I just simply lay down and relax and do some deep breathing. And sometimes I fall asleep and sometimes I don't, but I still get a lot of rest. For example, today my brain is firing on all cylinders, right? So those 5 changes can really help your lymph system work better. And and I forgot to mention your spleen, right? So what does your spleen do? So it produces some of your white blood cells. It also sweeps your body of all your used up red blood cells, and it separates the iron from it, and it allows your body to recycle the iron, right? And it takes the red blood cells and allows them to shuttle directly into your large intestine. And the dead ones, and it helps the lymph system by sending out the lymphocytes and other white blood cells that it produces into it to help into the nodes to help get rid of the pathogens out of your body. And all of the things that I mentioned for helping your lymph system also helps your spleen. And the emotion that your spleen will opt to when it lowers its frequency is anxiety. So if you're a particularly anxious person, or you're anxious right at the moment, just imagine the anxiety dropping out of your spleen down through the floor and deep into the earth, and let the anxiety go. That is the quickest way. You don't have to ask, why am I anxious? Who's making me anxious? Just some deep breathing, even a brief meditation, and imagine your spleen allowing that anxiety to drop away from you, because your spleen resonates with anxiety. It also resonates with joy, but it resonates with anxiety. And a lot of us are in the habit of storing that anxiety there. Let's see if I got everything here. No, that's it. And you can also imagine that the good colors for the lymph system and the spleen are bright primary colors like red or green, not muddy red, but bright red, and bright green will help with your bringing your lymph system and your spleen to a healthy state by imagining them to be those colors. So I hope this was helpful to understanding what your lymph system and your spleen do for you and how you can help your lymph system function better and get healthier and help you get you healthier, which is a lot more important. And also that your spleen works in conjunction with your lymph system to help clean out all of that residue out of your body and let it all go. So thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking valuable time out of your day to listen in. If you found this message helpful, please help spread the word by giving the broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends and be sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on. For further training on healing and growing your healing business using my 3-step system, go to www.highpaidhealers.com. And I'll see you in the next video.